Good afternoon, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Today I'm going to share with you the topic of falling into your own trap, your own pride, and how it not only undermines yourself, but undermines your staff and the people who you work with and work for, or who are work underneath you, and how it just delays the progress and pretty much puts you behind everybody else and your competitors, and how really humility is the key to taking a step back, to free yourself and to move forward. And I think this will be a great topic for all of us to discuss, because we've all had endeavors that never worked, and we all fall into temptations of getting more debt, etc., and just trying to fix the problem without addressing what really needs to be done. So this will be a great topic to discuss, so let's get this started. So the topic I want to share really is about how to improve ourselves without letting the fame and glory get in the way. And so what I'm trying to bring up in mind is, okay, have you ever considered where you want to do in life, whether you're young and listening to what you want to do, or you're older trying to do a career change, and why are my previous plans not working? And I'll share with you from my own perspectives that I wanted to be an engineer, a priest, I want to be a social worker now, and I got a few other ideas later in life. But the problem is, on some of those ideas I thought in my head, I want fame, I want glory, I want people to talk to me and say, wow, that Mike the MC was awesome. Oh, he was a good guy. Man, that guy really knocked out the competition. He really put the score, he put out so high that no one can set the new record now because he was just so awesome. But all those ideas, that pride, it really gets into your head, and it really just clouds your mind to where you think, man, what was I thinking, man? I was not really thinking really smart at that time. I was kind of really being foolish, right? Being ignorant of my competition. I allowed everyone to get on top of their game because I was so focused on looking at myself in the mirror, looking at myself through the camera, and I'd paying attention to the community and the needs at the time. And so I'll share with you, if other people at the time, your competitors, your friends even, are addressing those needs that are happening with other people, and you yourself are not focusing on what's happening, of course you're going to fall behind. Of course you're going to get sidetracked and lose focus on what you're trying to do. And I think when we lose accomplishments and we realize, man, if I had had this, the regret starts to kick in. We start to regret the things we've done in life, and we realize, well, maybe I just wasted some time. What was the point of going through all those adventures and skills? But you see, you got to be appreciative of all the failures in life. And if you are not appreciative, of course, we're going to fall into the temptation of wanting to be glorious to make up for the loss. Be appreciative and move forward. Always be hungry to do better, right? In the sense that, okay, maybe I failed on my previous endeavors, but I'm going to try this a different way. And maybe it'll take less effort, less work, less skill, and then I still accomplish the same thing. If you're able to accomplish the same work at a better plan, a better efficiency, of course you're going to find a way to share that product with other people, and then you'll become rich and famous in the sense that, okay, I'm doing good things in my community, but now let it slick beyond and set aside my pride. And how many of us can do that? I admit I'm hard to let go of my own pride, because I just want to be glorious at times where it's like, that person was yelling at the business meeting, that person was yelling at me at work behind the scenes, and yada yada. You can make all these excuses, but those excuses, when you translate them to pride, that is dangerous, because now you're really setting yourself up for a bad end for you, because you decided, I'm going to just go for the glory. Forget about satisfying the needs of the people. I want to make myself look good and make others look bad. And it's like, okay, if you have it set to that selfish idea, then okay, of course you may be glorious, but then what happens when everything falls and crumbles and everything around you just goes away because someone just made an accusation against you? I mean, you could go from the top, and with that accusation, you fall. And how many of us have seen people fall because of legality and other serious situations? And so always remember, if you want to stay out of trouble, then just be out of trouble and consider, okay, I was successful. Now let me take a step back. Let me look at my competitors and see what they're doing. And then how can I do better than they? Because I can recall on one of my favorite, few of my TV shows, where this one cook, he was not aware of the other chefs in the neighborhood cooking better food than he was. And he thought, I'm the best cook in my town, right? And he had all these awesome furniture pieces, nice looking indoor restaurant. But the problem was, he wasn't seeing the product that was being sold to the people out there in the real world. And the people, when he came to those other restaurants, he saw how crowded they were. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is where all the people are. They're only a minute, 2 minutes away from me. Why am I not getting the crowd, the customers that I need? And he walked in and he saw all the great food and he's like, oh my gosh. So by focusing on the details rather than the actual product, that's where he failed. And that's where he realized, okay, I got to catch up and get my right priority in mind. So it's not necessarily the pride that will fool us to seek glory that puts us in the trap, but where is that priority? Which is the main one that you're focused on? Is it the prestige, the money, or is it the product? And I would argue if you get the product going, then you can focus on your prices and sell and really meet the demands of the public around you. And that's the first thing I think in any business, any solo entrepreneur wants to do, in the sense that you want to have a good foundation. So focus first with you and then build a staff that's good around you. And in regards to the staff, keep this in mind. If you are always dominating the voice in those meetings, if you're number one all the time and you're just saying this after this after this after this, and people are like, will I ever get a chance to share anything? Am I ever going to bring my ideas to light? Otherwise, Mike here is just going to take up the whole meeting and we just lost so much time. I could have been out at lunch and talked with a friend or whatever, talked with my friend, and just no one did anything today because we just lost time, right? And you look back at that and you realize, whoa, I really took away the time of these people that were really in this moment right now with me. And that is why you got to realize, if I dominate the conversation all the time, no one's opinions get heard and the concerns never get brought up. And so it's good to be a humble leader and to listen and to allow the people to step in. And that is why comments on videos are so important, not just on YouTube, but in other social media as well, because you get to see what people are putting out there on the reviews, and you get to see, wow, okay, these people have some good ideas that no one's bringing up. If I just pay attention to some of these reviews, then I can improve my product and I can address these concerns and meet the demands of the time. And it's like, okay, can you create your own solution to meet different problems of the day? And I think, yeah, if you've got the creativity, but if you don't have that skill, then you should have a staff that's able to account for that and account for the loss. And now people will say, oh, well, don't you want to be number one at everything? And I would argue, yes, be the best that you can be in everything as well. But if you don't have all the skills and you know how to hire a good team, that's also creative in itself, because you know that people are good at different tasks and you need the people. And that builds your people skills as well, as far as building a great brand and agency for others to trust. And I think when you have those people skills, that'll go a long way. And so I hope that helps you all. This video, when you find it, coming up later on Saturday, I'm going to get ready for my trip to Arizona in a few days. I hope it'll go well. But that is for me, Mike the MC, for future Saturday. I hope you all are doing great. Be strong, build your people skills, and always remember, it's good to take a step back and then 2 steps forward. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good one.